hello. Welcome to the second quarterfinal of the MELA edition. We had a very close first quarterfinal. Usually, when a quarterfinal is close, it's a close match between two people or at max three people. But the first quarterfinal of this edition, all four of them could qualify with one question remaining. In the sense, all four of them were in the running to qualify. It's one of the one of the closest quiz we've ever had. But finally, Girish and Kenny Sebastian qualified for semi-finals, and hard luck, tough luck to Spritika and Sulagna. But yeah, a new panel, new quiz. This is predictably the most fun quarterfinal we are going to have in this edition. So yeah, without further ado, we can start calling all the four quarterfinalists. Give it up for Aishwarya Mohanraj.
Oh, hi, KV. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi. Welcome back to quizzing. With that,
yes,
someone like Aishwarya who's been here from the first edition, someone who's making a debut in our quizzing fraternity. I've been wanting him to be here for a long time, and finally the stars aligned. To my very close friend and one of India's best known YouTubers, give it up for BU Nick or Nikunj.
Hi guys, I just hope I get one answer right, man. I just hope I get one answer right. That's it.
Hi, Nick. On that note, someone who people want to be banned from quizzing for a very different reason. I got some messages yesterday that kya point hai ticket kharidne ka, we know who will win. So with that amount of pressure, give it up for Rohan Joshi.
Thanks. No pressure, guys. No pressure.
No pressure at all. No pressure. None at all. And again, of course, the most entertaining contestants of all time, if I had an award, it would be to this guy. Again, someone who's been with us from day zero, Tanmay Bhatt.
Yeah, most entertaining guy wala tag de diya. Like there wasn't enough pressure on a quiz already, KB. As chalo.
Okay.
Let's begin the Rohan Joshi versus the world edition of quizzing.
Yeah. Nick kuch bol raha tha?
How's the album coming out, Rohan?
Oh, it's great. I think we've been putting down some sick tunes, and I really think that I'm looking forward to the world to see my vision.
I like I'm in this edition with Rohan. I can always be like, yeah, it was Rohan, so of course I couldn't win. Just be very chill about it.
It's look like all these highlights are going to make my exit even worse. Like start में क्या predictable.
So Nikunj ji, आप मुरादाबाद में क्या करते हो?
I just kept this logo thinking that I get all those four lifelines during the quiz.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's begin. Yeah, this is MELA edition, so think of music, entertainment, literature, and arts. Okay. We'll start with Aishwarya. First question of the quiz. Eminem's 2013 music video for the song called Rap God features imagery, like you can see that on the screen, from Dante's Purgatorio, including the illustration of X, okay, shown as a spider. Okay. This is most likely a metaphor for the rappers who try to compete with the self-proclaimed rap god, just like X tried to compete with Athena in a weaving contest, but was later turned into a spider. First spider, in fact. Who is X? Okay, so let's look at the question again. We are mythologically speaking, someone once competed with Athena in a weaving contest, but later, in sequence of events, X was turned into the first spider. Okay, a reference of that character comes in Dante's Purgatorio, also comes in Eminem's video Rap God. And there are visuals also for your help. Who do you think we are talking about?
Who, as in, like in this, like Dante's Purgatorio, who was it? Or like who was Athena in a weaving contest with, basically?
They are the same.
Yeah. I'm asking as though I know also. So cute. I don't know, man. This is Athena was in a weaving contest,
and X was turned into the first spider.
Nice. Poor thing. I will pass like a pro.
Passing to Nick.
I mean, it's funny when I just entered, you guys were like, you should show your hands before you answer the question so that we know that you're not cheating. You think I'll type this much to get an answer? What is this quiz about, bro? I saw Eminem and Rap God. I'm like, yeah, I know this. I don't you look at me, pass.
Okay, passing to Rohan.
Of course, it's the girl from The Exorcist, famous for doing that pose. But no, is the answer Arachne?
Yes, Arachne, and that's why spider was a big
Spider, yeah.
spider, arachnid. Fear of spider is arachnophobia.
I like how
and
Rohan's
so on.
joke also I didn't understand. Like Rohan's reference for a side joke. I didn't even understand the irony.
I'm playing to my 2% niche, man. It's cool.
By the way, I really like that. I really like that you asked this. KV asked this question to Aishwarya. It's like a way of KV saying like, "Ah, देखा मैंने तेरा Netflix पे rap video." अब बता.
Okay. थोड़ा कम जोक्स मारना प्लीज एटलीस्ट एक और लेके जाने का मेरे को इधर से
Rohan thinks of answers. I'm like, इसपे क्या 2-3 zinger मार सकते हैं क्या?
No, even I was. So the thing
And
is, I
all
was
the
like, after I
zingers
got
will
the
be
answer, I
adding-
got a little complacent. I'm like, इसमें zinger की जरूरत नहीं है. Like, that happened.
Yeah. Aishwarya, you were saying something?
No, I was just saying Tanmay's zingers will all be aimed at me only. I come in this so that Tanmay has someone he can make jokes on. This is my job role in quizzes.
Oh, this is no. I'm sorry, Aishwarya. This is a quiz, not a vlog. This is
Fuck off, dude. Fuck off.
it's a different thing.
Don't out of 20 questions if I get any answer na just give me a drum roll. I'll give you a heads up.
Hey, nice.
Okay.
Nice. Great plan. Okay, 10 points to Rohan for Arachne. I'm going to Tanmay now. Tanmay, there are 6 movies that you see on screen. Tell me what connects these 6 movies. Okay. एक हसीना थी, ओम शांति ओम, आशिक बनाया आपने, मैं 16 बरस की, दर्द ए दिल, पैसा ये पैसा. What do you think connects the 6 movies that you see on screen?
I'd just like to take a second to appreciate the imagery of young Imran Hashmi in Ashik Banaya Aapne.
Yeah.
Listen, don't distract me from not figuring the answer out. Wait.
Sorry. I was just besotted by his sexiness. I'm sorry.
Oh, man, of course there's an Urmila question in here.
The only Urmila reference. इतना कंट्रोल किया मैंने. Full-fledged Urmila question.
Oh man, that they were all in Hindi. No, I don't know. Pass. Pass.
Okay, Tanmay passes. We go to Aishwarya.
Oh, fuck. Already over? In this now, I don't know, but is it like in the story of each of these movies, you know, like Urmila is very docile and then she becomes this gangster person, and in this Ashik Banaya Aapne, Imran Hashmi is framed for is everyone framed for murder? Or,
No, going to Nikunj.
Oh God!
I wasn't interrupting you because I was like, let me see creativity कहाँ तक जाता है.
Yeah, it was fun watching you drive around the area.
Yeah.
Honestly. It was a lot of fun just watching you drive around the area looking for clues.
But yeah.
In this movie, was it that the person was there and then
No, but like
other
Imran Hashmi is
person-
framed for murder by Sonu Sood, and then in the end they get to know, and these two come together. And Om Shanti Om also, it's like reincarnation. Someone is taking revenge.
and then you
Vengeance.
tell me, oh, Tanmay makes fun of me. I'm sorry, this is too tempting.
Hey, revenge. Revenge is the vengeance. That's
Also,
No.
Sonu Sood would never frame anybody for murder. He would only get them out on bail. क्योंकि Sonu Sood का दिल बहुत अच्छा है.
Sonu Sood.
Okay, going to Nick now.
And one thing in common is me. I've not seen any of it.
Hmm.
I'm the common factor.
Hmm.
I think it's all murder mystery. To be very simple.
No, going to Rohan.
Related to
All the titles are based on songs.
Okay, can you improve your answer?
Wait, it's my turn yet. It's my
अरे,
turn.
but murder mystery नहीं है. So that's why I passed to Rohan.
Every movie's title has a song on it. Either before or after.
No. Rohan?
No, so every movie title based on songs, but now fuck, I need to tie these songs together.
Yeah. I'm looking for something more specific than movie titles from songs.
If Rohan passes, does it come to me?
Yeah.
I'll give a hint. We'll take one more round, 5 points. Then we'll start with you only.
Got it.
Okay, that's it. That's the best answer I have right now.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'll give you part points, Rohan, because yes, song titles is a good track. But I'm looking for a very... we are looking at a very specific answer. So the hint is that all 6 songs, or like all titles, come from songs from the same movie.
Yeah,
So I now
it.
just want the
Right.
movie now,
Oh
starting
God.
with Tanmay.
Okay, fine.
It's is it Karz?
Yes, it is.
But I said it. Honestly,
These are
I said
all-
it's related to Karz.
You
Hey,
said murder mystery and then I passed to...
But I said Karz also.
Also का तो कोई end ही नहीं है. Movie title inspired from songs of the film
Nice.
Curse. Okay, if you see एक
Yeah,
हसीना थी ओम
Nati.
शांति ओम, all are Curse.
There is
So-
Ashik banaya आपने. What song is that?
आशिक बनाया.
पहले
तो
तो
मैं
मैं
शायर
शायर था, आशिक
Oh,
बना.
banaya.
आपने.
Nice. Dardi
Okay,
dil.
Tanmay got the exact answer right. So 5 there for Tanmay, of course. But Rohan got the song track right. So
Said Karz
giving...
first. उसका क्या मिलेगा? दो
उसका पिटी मिलेगा देखो पिटी.
And I'm giving 2 points to Rohan for getting on the song's track.
ऐश्वर्या बाकी क्या चल रहा है मतलब? All good?
Sub best. I'm planning on watching Cars after this. Do you want to do like a Netflix watch party together?
Yeah, please.
Okay, Rohan gets 2. Tanmay gets exact curse. So 5.
What if I sing
there.
all the songs? Do I get anything?
Okay, Aishwarya, this is your direct.
Oh God, what are these insects? Yeah, why are insect-based questions coming to me?
Acherontia atropos is the African death's head hawk moth. Gets its name from the sinister-looking skull shape on its back, like you can see in the image. Okay, in many cultures, it is thought to be an omen of death. Okay, a death's head hawk moth will squeak when a hungry predator approaches, and the noise often deters them. Okay, all of us have seen this somewhere. This particular species of hawk moth that you see on screen. We've all seen this somewhere in the 90s. Where have we seen this? Okay. I'm just revising Rohan's 2 to 3. Sorry, it's been hanging on my mind. So 3 to Rohan for the songs track and 5 to Tanmay. Okay. Yeah. So this question is, we are looking at a certain species of insect on your screen. Of course, it gets its name because there's a skull shape on its back, etc., etc. But we've all seen this somewhere else.
We've seen the skull shape or the insect?
The insect in its
We've seen
entirety. We've seen this somewhere in 90s, like after 90s also, but it is something from the 90s that we've seen later also. Where have we seen this? Which very famous thing have we seen this insect, Acherontia atropos?
Pass.
Okay, passing to Nick.
ऐश्वर्या क्या चल रहा है बाकी? In a very famous 90s movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get some points, no?
Mhm.
now if you don't give me some points, then you see.
No. But
I
good
mean,
track. I
movie
like
right
where
है
you're
ना?
going.
But I just want to.
हाँ,
For the
हाँ,
others,
track-
too, like, I've helped you out by.
Yeah, track sahi hai. So I'll give you a chance to like make it more specific or improve your answer.
Okay.
If you can guess any movie you think where you've seen this.
Hindi, English. बोलना please.
नहीं अभी नहीं.
Silence of Lambs.
I will give it to you. 10 points. We've seen this on the poster of Silence of the Lambs. 10 points there to Nikunj. Okay.
Hey, one sec. Wait. Rohan.
हाँ ले
Drum roll.
ड्रम तेरा ले ड्रम
अरे
तेरा
roll तो दे.
Okay. Yes. So this is the answer. We've all seen this insect on the iconic poster of the Silence of the Lambs. 10 points there for Nick. क्या दिख नहीं रहा है because of the
mic drop
background?
कर रहा है वो.
अच्छा, mic drop.
हाँ.
Yes. Okay. 10 points there to Nikunj. Great crack. Which means I come to Rohan now. Rohan, this is your direct. I'm talking about a certain sculpture. The marble slab was eventually turned into X by Y in 1504. Was cut 43 years earlier for an artist named Agostino di Duccio, who planned to turn it into a statue of Hercules. Di Duccio abandoned his sculpture, which was originally to be installed in a Florentine cathedral, and the marble was unused for 10 years until another sculptor named Antonio Rossellino decided to work with it. Rossellino also abandoned his work because he found marble too difficult to sculpt, and eventually Y began to work on this sculpture in 1501. Tell me X and Y.
I mean, this is of course Hrithik Roshan's abs. Everybody knows that simple fact. But is it Michelangelo and David?
Yes, perfect. 10 points. It is David or David and Michelangelo. 10 points there to Rohan Joshi. We go to Tanmay now. Tanmay, this is your direct. The Authors Dash Club is a wandering amateur English dash club founded in 1892 and revived most recently in 2012. Prominent British writers, including Arthur Conan Doyle, P.G. Wodehouse, A. Milne, and J.M. Barrie, have been featured as members of this club. Fairly direct, just tell me what the blank is. The Authors Dash Club. What is this club about?
This is book club.
Not the Authors
Book Club.
Not the Authors Book Club. Going to Aishwarya.
Is it reading?
Authors Reading Club. No. Going to Nikunj.
Is it strip? No? Okay.
Nikun's like, damn it, my guess is gone.
They
रुके.
You were.
really रुके.
अरे मैं बोला ना
क्या बोल
क्या?
क्या है फाइट क्लब क्रिकेट क्लब फुटबॉल क्लब
Can you give one answer?
अच्छा मतलब तीनों में से एक है फाइट क्लब तो नहीं है पक्का ब्रिटिश है तो क्रिकेट बोलता हूँ क्रिकेट क्लब
That is correct. 10 points to Nikunj. It is the Authors Cricket Club.
Insane.
They are all members. They've all been members of the Authors Cricket Club. P.G. Wodehouse, Arthur Conan Doyle. They've all played cricket. So 10 points there to Nikunj again. 10 points for Authors Cricket Club. Great crack. Going to Rohan now. Rohan, this is your direct. We stick with literature. We're talking about a famous book. Okay. One theory suggests that this was not just a book for the author. It was a revenge fantasy he wrote on behalf of his father, a black general who fought in the French Revolution and was ultimately betrayed by Napoleon. There is another theory which tells that a character of the book, a mad genius of a scientist who wrote his greatest work in prison, a wrongfully imprisoned man, was actually based on a real life person, a geologist who examined and explained how volcanoes and waters had changed over time. The author was buried in the famous Pantheon next to other authors like Victor Hugo and Emile Zola. Which famous book are we talking about?
Varun.
Huh?
Can I pass now?
Yeah.
क्या something?
Can I pass now in advance?
अच्छा,
In advance.
नहीं. Okay, Rohan.
One second.
Take your time.
Is this the Count of Monte Cristo?
It is Count of Monte Cristo. 10 points there for Rohan.
जाना KVizzing जाना इधर क्यों बैठा है इसमें
तू बैठा KVizzing से बता मैं कैसे जाएगा
It is Count of Monte Cristo by, of course, Alejandro.
So you know why I had like a complete like panic fit there is because I got confused and I thought Victor Hugo wrote Count of Monte Cristo and I'm like fuck, but Victor Hugo is written in the questions.
It's there.
And then
Yeah.
बाकी तन्मय कैसा स्ट्रीम में चल रहा है ना
I was gonna guess Harry Potter and Order
Harry
of
Potter.
Phoenix.
This is my standing answer is Harry Potter.
Oh, it's book question. It's Harry Potter.
Is
and
Harry Potter.
Order of Goblet.
At some point, he will be correct.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and the Horcrux of Phoenix.
Yeah. Chamber of Wand? Is it Chamber of Wand?
Okay, Rohan got Count of Monte Cristo. Going to Tanmay now, the next direct. Talking about some guy and his inspiration from something in 2019. Okay, he didn't study psychopaths for this, rather studied something considerably more genteel. On the surface, at least, when asked about this, he told, and this I'm quoting him, he said, "I think what influenced me the most was Ray Bolger." He continued, "There was a particular song called The Old Soft Shoe that he performed, and I saw a video of it, and there's this odd arrogance almost to his movements. And really, I completely just stole it from him." Okay, and the image that you see on the right is from the Ray Bolger, the Old Soft Shoe song. Okay, what is this revolution behind a weird and unlikely inspiration from 2019?
Unlikely inspiration from 2019.
He didn't study psychopaths. In fact, he studied something considerably more genteel.
Oh,
And
behind the 2019 Joker portrayal?
Yes, can you just add the actor's name as well?
Oh my God, this dude's name. Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes, perfect. 10 points.
I was
10
like
points,
bursting
10
to help
points.
you with it, going like, Tanmay, we just said the word. Tanmay, we just said the word.
Yeah, I was thinking Ralph Fiennes for some reason. Then I was like, no, that's Voldemort. Different supervillain.
इसका नाम पता है मेरे को.
Joaquin Phoenix, he's talking about his performance in the movie Joker from 2019. Superb crack by Tanmay. It is Joker in Joaquin Phoenix. I'm going to Aishwarya now. Aishwarya, we're talking about a phrase. Okay, this is a 5-word phrase. The phrase that was often used by public address announcers at the conclusion of his event. So there is a certain person also involved whose name I have not divulged. Conclusion of his event in order to disperse audiences who lingered in hopes of an encore. It has since become a catchphrase and punchline.
Man, what a thing to ask comedians, to be very honest. कि encore बंद कैसे करते हैं? This is the last thing we would ever do, but okay.
The phrase was first used by a promoter called Horace Logan at the Shreveport Municipal Memorial Auditorium in Louisiana on December 15, 1956. Okay, this dash is the same as his event. Okay, Dash had appeared in the middle of the night's lineup, and Logan needed to quiet the audience so that the remaining performers could play. Okay. Another small hint is in the early part of his original heel run, WWE wrestler Shawn Michaels' departure from the arena during live events would be announced by the announcers by taking inspiration from the original phrase. Okay, what phrase are we talking about? So we're looking at a 5-word phrase and the etymology. The etymology is because people used to wait for this guy to come back and do an encore. So just to make them leave, the announcer used to announce something, and that something became so popular that it's now used sometimes as a generic phrase, not necessarily associated with this guy, although his name is still in the phrase. Another hint for all of you.
Whose name is still in the phrase?
The guy whose name I haven't revealed. His event, dash. But it can be used for other people also.
I want to say that's my time, because that's what we all say. That's my time. Thank you so much. It's a person's name is there in it. Yeah, pass.
Okay, passing to Nikunj.
Oh, I know this.
Shawn Michaels switch in music, I know. That guy's probably that guy's name would be Shawn or Michaels.
Oh, it's gonna go to Rohan next, no? Rohan, pass, no?
You know this?
I know the answer.
क्या भी देख रहे हो यहाँ पास है bro?
Okay, Nick passes. We go to Rohan.
Elvis has left the
Left the
building.
building!
Elvis has left the building.
Elvis has left the building. That's the answer. And of course, Shawn Michaels has left the building was used later.
Yeah.
But Elvis has left the building, which we now use otherwise also.
Yeah.
Cool. Great answer. Rohan Joshi gets 10 points for Elvis has left the building.
No,
Going to
damn
the
it.
audience.
What is this?
Can my name be Ranmay for this edition? I really, really would like that. I don't want to guess after
I
Rohan.
don't understand. I never got
It's
to shout
damn
at
annoying,
you.
no? When that happens, like when you see that line of people in front of you,
Yeah.
it's damn irritating.
Yeah,
Okay.
guys. Yeah. Agree.
Okay, that brings us to the end of the first half. Quick look at the score. Aishwarya is yet to start scoring, but we have an entire second half left. Nikunj on the back of Silence of the Lambs and Cricket, 10 each, is on 20 points. Rohan on the back of Arachne, part point for songs from Kurj, David, Michelangelo, Count of Monte Cristo, and Elvis has left the building, is on 43.
चलो
Okay.
निकलते हैं फिर.
And Tanmay, 5 points for song from Curse because he was specific, so he got 5 points. And Joaquin Phoenix Joker, 10 points, is on 15. So right now, Rohan is leading on 43, but Nikunj, Tanmay, very close to each other, 20-15, and Aishwarya on 0. But entire half is left, so we'll see. Okay.
Nothing will
The
happen.
second half, the order will be Tanmay, Rohan, Nikunj, Aishwarya. Okay, we'll reverse. Okay,
Yeah, because
starting
that
with
makes my chances easier, right?
Yeah.
After coming through Rohan.
Starting with Tanmay. Tanmay, there are 2 terms in this question. Okay, so each para is about each term. The first term, okay, let's look at the first word. The term X is used to describe concepts and situations in which bureaucracies overpower people, often in surreal, nightmarish milieu that evokes feelings of senselessness, disorientation, and helplessness. Just to clarify, not necessarily bureaucracy, it can be used at several other situations, but it's mostly to deal with senselessness, disorientation, and helplessness. Characters in such a setting often lack a clear course of action to escape a labyrinthine situation. Okay, just because I want to give a Breaking Bad reference, so extra hint: Breaking Bad season 3 episode 9 ka naam is exactly this. Okay, the first term. Now we look at the second term. Why? Why is an adjective describing a situation, idea, or societal condition that is identified as being destructive to the welfare of a free and open society. It denotes an attitude and a brutal policy of draconian control by propaganda, surveillance, disinformation, denial of truth, and manipulation of the past. Okay. The New York Times has said that the term is the most widely used adjective derived from the name of a modern writer. In fact, the connection between these 2 terms is that both the terms are derived from writer's name. Okay. So tell me the 2 terms we are talking about.
Rohan.
Okay, second.
Huh.
I'll pass.
Either one of those do you want to take for part 1?
No.
Okay. Passing to Rohan.
So why is Orwellian?
That is correct. 5 points
Is
for Rohan.
X Kafkaesque?
Yes, perfect. 5 plus 5, 10 points there.
Man, I knew this, yaar. Rohan, yaar, thoda to रखना मेरे लिए यार.
Sorry, yaar.
Okay.
Kafkaesque and Orwellian, both of them come from writer's name, Kafka and Orwell.
Aishwarya, you should be glad that we are after them.
Oh man. This is just going to be
Kafkaesque.
George Orwell.
Yes.
He's the author. Can I get like bonus points for just having this information of the name of the author?
Okay, going to Nick now.
Like one of the Shelbys, man. Author Shelby.
Nick, we are talking about a word now. Okay, we're looking at one word answer. The word was coined by American humorist Gillette Burgess. His short 1906 book, okay, the book is called Are You a Bromide, was presented in a limited edition with a dust jacket. Now the jacket proclaimed, yes, this is a X, with a picture of a fictitious young woman called Miss Belinda X shown calling out, described as in the act of Xing. The main hint comes now. The name and term struck for any publisher's content on a book's back cover, even after the picture was dropped and only the text remained. So if I have to simplify the entire question, what is the word that you use for the text that you see on the back of a book, which is mostly the summary of the book? And this is the origin of the word.
Just give me 2 minutes, okay?
Take
The
your
word is the word pass.
Nice. Nice. Nikunj passes, we go to Aishwarya.
I am guessing a bridge. I don't know.
No, not a bridge. Going to Tanmay.
Is it blurb?
Blurb it is. 10 points to
Blurb.
Tanmay.
Nice.
Blurb.
तन्मय का हाथ दिखाओ मेरे
blurb.
को प्लीज यार तन्मय का हाथ दिखाओ मेरे को तन्मय का
Blurb
हाथ
is the
दिखाओ
word that
तन्मय
is
कैमरा
used-
घुमा पूरा घर पे
हाँ क्या बोला?
कैमरा घुमा पूरा घर में
क्या दिख नहीं कुछ दिख जाएगा टेबल के ऊपर मेरे. Okay, देख ली.
नहीं मत करो. टू रिस्की Tanmay. एडिट पे फिर मेहनत पड़ेगी. But blurb is correct. Blurb is the word we use for जो भी book के पीछे लिखा होता है. And also general now a word for summary of movies or books or any work of blurb. 10 points there for Tanmay. We come to Rohan now with another lit question. Rohan, we are talking of two authors now this time, okay? And this is their famous rivalry, okay? X's rivalry with fellow existentialist of occupied France, Y, is well known. When X was 24 and writing for journals and periodicals, he read the novel Nausea by Y, praising the author's limitless gifts. But X, in true you missed a spot fashion, took the space to assert his own vision of art against Y's, who created a book in which, and this is what X is talking about Y, he says, remarkable fictional gifts and the play of the toughest and the most lucid mind are both lavished and squandered. Now Y also hit back at him, and Y said, hit back at X, and X is a young and audacious writer, reviewing his Myth of Sisyphus, which is a book written by X, with the remark, X has the affectation of quoting the works of Jaspers, Heidegger, Kierkegaard without, however, fully understanding them. Tell me the two authors we are talking about.
Cool. Now give me 5.5 minutes to understand this question.
Man, I quit as soon as I was like, oh, it's Rohan's question. Let him only deal with this.
हाँ मैं तो X और Y आता है सवाल में ही गांड फट जाती है मेरी. Like दो क्यों एक पूछना.
मैं तो पढ़ना छोड़ दिया क्वेश्चन कभी पहुंचेगा ही नहीं मेरे को पता है मेरे तक.
If X Y, please identify G.
Is this Bichu and Eagle Gang? Is that the answer?
The answer is Maxi. Swapna Sundari wearing
Is okay. Wow. No, I'm just taking some wild swings here. Man. Like is X Camus?
Okay, and Y?
X Albert Camus. Okay, that's one. And
My wild guy
rivalry-
guess would be Rajpal Yadav or something. What the fuck is the wild guess? Which is
Yeah, man, what are these wild guesses?
Okay, so if one is Camus, is the other Nietzsche?
No. Okay, so I'm giving
Damn it.
5
Okay.
to Rohan for Albert Camus. Camus is correct.
Damn.
Camus wrote Myth of Sisyphus. We are going only for Y now to Nikunj.
My question is why? Why are you coming to me, bro?
Are you passing, Nikunj? Okay, passing to Aishwarya.
fellow existentialist would be Aishwarya Mohan Raj.
Nice.
That's the answer. No. Not even going to.
I'm sure Tanmay
waste time
will
away.
get this answer. I'm sure.
I was gonna guess Nietzsche once he said Camus, but it's not it.
Even I was about to guess it, but he guessed it already. So
Okay, Aishwarya.
Aishwarya, I'm sorry, pass.
Okay,
I
sorry.
thought- yeah, I'm so
Going to
sorry.
Tanmay.
Pass. Can't get.
Okay, cool. We'll take one more round. So obviously we have to think French, and one hint that I want to give all of you is think of a very French name also. Okay, that's the first clue. Second is think existentialism. So Nausea is of course one of his most famous books, which I've already given in the question. Other famous books would be Being and Nothingness, or Age of Reason. Okay, so we'll just quickly take one round. Think of people from that era and like very French name or something.
Novel Nausea. I didn't know that Blue Ribbon was an author. Good to know that this is a thing that happens. But since French, this is it Sartre? Sartre.
Yes, it is. It is Jean-Paul Sartre. Albert Camus. This is talking about the rivalry between Camus and Sartre.
Sartre.
Starter.
Man, I was just gonna say.
Sartre में क्या है? Sartre में क्या है?
Okay, Rohan gets this. I am now going to Nick.
Sartre just sounds like a very Maharashtrian name.
KV 2.5 more, right? Or what?
Yes, 7.5.
7.5.
7.5 total to you. Going to Nick.
मैं Google करके भी बोलूंगा ना, then also nobody would believe that I said it.
Okay, Nick. A volcano on the northern side of the Caribbean island of Saint Vincent, named La Soufriere, began exploding on April 9th, 2021. But the eruption itself actually began in December when lava started oozing out of the volcano's summit. According to one volcanologist, and I'm quoting him, he says, the volcanoes of the Eastern Caribbean are known for quickly and dangerously shifting from calm, bubbling eruptions to remarkably violent outbursts. What apt name from literature did this volcanologist use to describe such eruptions, which begin as benign but become explosive in a short time, essentially alternately displaying two different sides to its character or nature? Okay, so essentially there is a volcano जो कभी बहुत calm होता है, बहुत कभी violent हो जाता है. उसको refer करने के लिए there is some literary reference that has been used, and that reference is in the sense that to show two different sides to someone's character or nature. Okay, what do you think would be the literary reference given to this volcano?
I don't know. Split personality.
No, but good track. Not split personality. Going to Aishwarya.
It's a single word, right?
Can't say right now.
So basically what I'm trying to understand is this is some volatile is my
Not
guess.
volatile. Going to Tanmay.
Jekyll and Hyde.
What a great crack it is. Jekyll and Hyde. Whenever you want to refer to two very different sides to the same person, you say Jekyll and Hyde.
Right.
Great crack. 10 points there to Tanmay. So next question is to Rohan. Rohan, yeah, interesting question. This is a term for a user's response to an interface where there is insufficient differentiation between an active, clickable elements and content. Without appropriate visual cues, the user must scrub the screen to unearth active elements. Okay. This whole thing is named after a 1960s single-player video game, which most of us have played at some point. Okay. I'm assuming we have. Like, बाद में मत बोलना. Question में लिखा था खेला मैं तो खेला ही नहीं. But it's a popular thing. Okay. So this is a term that is used. So in like internet, mostly in interface, there might be different elements. Okay, some elements might be clickable, some might not be clickable, some might just be content, some might be active. So to figure out which one is what, you have to sometimes scrub the screen to unearth active elements. Okay.
Okay.
This activity is so called because it is similar to a 1960s single-player video game. Just tell me the term / game that we are talking about.
Scrub the entire screen to unearth active elements from the 60s single player video game. How many games were there in the 60s? Is it Pong? Or
no, passing
Pongi?
to Nikunj.
How old are you, man?
Very old.
No,
Little too old.
I'm talking to KV, man. 1960s single player video game which I'm assuming all of us have played.
Yes.
It's a single player game, right?
Yes.
Dave?
Not Dave. Aishwarya?
The only game I know is Mario.
No, not Mario. Going to Tanmay.
Minesweeper.
Beautiful crack. You have to scrub to figure out.
I didn't know Minesweeper was like.
This
Damn, I was playing it.
Damn, I didn't know Minesweeper was 60s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minesweeper began in 60s in
Oh,
some
what a
shape or
great
form,
answer.
and we've all played it.
Active
and
elements are those bombs.
I play
right?
this every day.
Yeah.
What a great
Every
answer.
day. This
Playing
is so
it right now.
shameful.
I'm not even joking.
I'm playing it
What?
right now. Nick is like, I'm playing it right now. I'm not even joking. I'm playing it.
Tanmay, Minesweeping or slash Minesweeper, great answer. Great answer. 10 points to Tanmay. And now I go to Rohan. Born in Bombay, and it was called Bombay then. Born in Bombay in 1865, X spent much of his childhood in India, and knowledge of Indian culture and the country's various languages can be found in his work. The earliest known use of Kushi in a work written in English appears as Khushi in a piece published by young X in 1887. He used it to mean relaxed, but it later came to mean comfortable and undemanding. Who are we talking about? Essentially,
Oh
we're
my
talking
God,
about
Kushi came from Kushi.
yes,
That's awesome.
yeah. Essentially, we're talking about a writer who was born in Bombay. Okay, pretty famous, of course. And so he knew India and Indian culture, and his work also has influence of India and Indian culture. One example is how he can be credited to have created the word Kushi because he knew the word Khushi. Yeah. So who do you think we are talking about?
Is it Kipling? Is it Rudyard Kipling?
It is Kipling. 10 points to
Yeah.
Rohan. That
This
era,
I'm not
born in
even
Bombay.
kidding. Even I was gonna guess because that's the only author I know
Honestly.
who was.
Yeah.
With an Indian origin.
Because he was Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is Kipling, Jungle Book. Of
It was
course,
either
being his
Rudyard
most
Kipling
famous.
or it was Harry Potter and Chamber of Wands.
Okay, I now go to Nick. Okay. The day started early for all of the fans, most of whom were wearing gold and black, like Pittsburgh Steelers, as all were excited for this match. The fans had to battle an early morning traffic jam, rain, and extreme heat, but most would agree it was worth it for the once in a lifetime opportunity. Till 12 p.m. of the day, the match was peaceful, with fans getting wild, waving handkerchiefs. But soon, the mood of the crowd changed following a horrific, never seen before incident. Some made a run for it, others screamed, some cowered in their seats in utter disbelief. What has just happened? What am I describing? That we all saw in 2012. So I'm describing something that we saw in 2012. They started early for the fan. They were very excited. They battle jam, train, heat. Finally, they came. Match started. Match was very nice, peaceful, everything. Suddenly, mood of the crowd changed because they saw something horrific that they had never seen before, some incident, and then started running around, made a run for it, covered under their seats. The fans were wearing Pittsburgh Steelers colors, which are like gold and black. What is happening? What are we describing?
I guess it would be an earthquake.
No, not an earthquake. Going to Aishwarya.
Following horrific, never seen before incident.
Shit, यार. मैं सुना नहीं तो बराबर से बोला नहीं यार.
निक कभी सीधा केवी पे फ्लिप डाल रहा है उसे नहीं पता इतना बड़ा सवाल लिखा है स्क्रीन पे पढ़ लेना
Nikhil one step away from the alibi. मैं तो था ही नहीं. तो वहाँ पे था ही नहीं.
इतना पढ़ाई किया रहता तो मैं इधर बैठ के क्विज खेलता क्या यार.
So obviously it's not like a hurricane or natural calamity or whatever it is. And 2012, the apocalypse also was supposed to happen. So did that happen and I missed it or something? Is that what we're talking about?
You're too busy making reels.
Yeah.
You just missed it completely.
Yeah. Pre-reels only I'd started.
Pre-reels. You were like the founder. Like you were like beta tested reels.
Find back then.
Yeah. I'm a pass.
Okay, passing to Tanmay.
The terrorist attacks at some sport event.
Good track, but why will that be in a MELA quiz?
Yeah, that's what even I was
Well,
wondering. Why?
No, I'm trying to like guide you to it because you're on the good track.
It's a terrorist attack at a
I know where it is. I know it where it was.
at
Rohan knows also. मेरे तक पहुंचेगा ही नहीं.
peaceful.
मेरे दिमाग में वही आया, but I don't know why I didn't say it.
Terrorist attack at Ariana Grande's concert.
No. Rohan?
When Gotham is ashes, then you have my permission to die. Bane has entered and destroyed shit in The Dark Knight Rises, and shit has
Perfect.
gotten real.
Perfect crack. We are talking about the football field explosion in The Dark Knight Rises. So this is that iconic scene where Pittsburgh Steelers is playing.
This happened in
and
a
then-
movie.
Yeah.
So you're asking us what happened in a movie?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Oh God.
That's why it's
That's
a
why I
MELA
said it's a
question.
MELA
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. So
Insane.
like Tanmay was on good track. An attack happened while a match is on.
Match is
And,
on. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know.
I use this very often when people say there's a power cut. You have adapted the darkness. I was born.
Okay, Rohan got football field explosion in The Dark Knight Rises. Going to Nick now. Nick, nearly every sword-wielding fantasy hero from the 20th century owes a tribute to this guy. Okay, Robert E. Howard's X. Set in the fictional Hyborian age after the destruction of Atlantis, but before our general recorded history, X's stories have depicted him as everything from a cunning thief to a noble king and all types of scoundrel in between. But beneath that blood-soaked sword and shield is a character that struck a nerve with generations of fantasy fans, spawning adaptations in comics, video games, movies, TV shows, cartoons in the 8 decades since he first appeared in December 1932 issue of Weird Tales. Who are we talking about? Talking about sword-wielding fantasy hero from 20th century. Take a look, read again, let me know who are we talking about.
थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करके पूछना क्वेश्चन मेरे को समझ.
बेसिकली एक कैरेक्टर का बात करें जिसपे ओवर द मेनी डेकेड्स हमने टीवी शो भी बनाया है, मूवीज भी बनाया है, कॉमिक्स भी बनाया है, और सबसे और स्वॉर्ड बिल्डिंग है, वो एक हिंट है. और उसके बाद वैसे तो बहुत से स्वॉर्ड बिल्डिंग हीरो आएंगे, बट सबसे लाइक ओजी स्वॉर्ड बिल्डिंग हीरो इसको ही मान सकते हैं. व्हाट एल्स या, और इसका लाइक द स्टोरी इन विच ही सेट, लाइक वो जो जिस यूनिवर्स में, दैट इज सम फिक्शनल पुराना एज में उस लाइक
हरक्यूलिस.
नॉट हरक्यूलिस. ऐश्वर्या.
Samurai Jackson.
Not Samurai Jackson. Tanmay.
He-Man.
Not He-Man. Good guess. Rohan.
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian is correct.
Nice.
10
Conan
points
the
there.
Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian. Of course, Conan the
Conan the
Barbarian is what we were talking about. 10 points there for Rohan.
Before he
Quickly going
hosted late night shows, he was a
Yeah.
red.
Yeah. I when I framed this question was the day when he was in the news, like the other Conan.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
So this must
I was
have been
like-
one of those like,
Yeah.
oh, Conan se yaad aaya.
Conan se yaad hai. You know that kind of a like, Conan se yaad hai. Yeah, guys. Quarterfinal 3 has Conan Gill. Sorry, that's my.
Nice.
That brings us to the end. Quick look at the score. Aishwarya couldn't open her account, but I have to shout out to Aishwarya for being here.
You're making me look good, Aishwarya.
Always
Nikunj.
your
Thank
best.
you, Aishwarya.
Thank you.
Nikunj
Always
had
your
20
best.
in the first half, and Nikunj ends on 20. Okay. And shout out to Nikunj and thank you for being part of this lovely endeavor that we have. Rohan had 43 in the first half. He got Kafkaesque and Orwellian. He got Camus and Jean-Paul Sartre. Then he got Rudyard Kipling and Dark Knight Rises and Conan the Barbarian. So 47.5 in the second half. So Rohan ends on 90.5.
This is the highest you ever got?
I think so, yes.
95.
You're welcome, Rohan.
90.5.
You're welcome.
90.5.
And
Thanks,
Tanmay,
Aishwarya. You're so kind. Thank you.
Tanmay was on 15, had a rollicking second half. He got Blurb, he got Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, and he got Minesweeping. So 30 more points. Tanmay ends on 45, and that means Rohan Joshi and Tanmay Bhatt have qualified for semi-final.
I'll tell you what,
Nice.
guys. I'll tell you what. Honestly, I knew all the answers which came to me. The problem was, if I got selected for semi-finals, I didn't have time, man. Like,
That's
Yes,
fair. I
yes,
respect that.
yes. Yes, I knew
I
that.
respect that
I knew
completely.
that.
That's cool. Funny.
But yeah, Thank you so much, Aishwarya. Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you, Rohan.
Thank you.